All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Wednesday edition of the training. Hope everyone's having a good middle of the week so far. We're halfway through. As usual, as everyone's coming in, if you can put a one in the chat if you're new to Dubb, a two if you're returning. So please put a one in the chat if you're new to Dubb. You just started. Maybe you're on, the trial, maybe you just subscribed, but you're in the kind of beginning phases of using the platform. A one would be great in the chat. If you can also put your industry as well, that would be awesome if you can add that. And please put a two in the chat if you're returning and you're used Dubb before and you kind of know your way around. A two would be great. Kurt, thanks for putting that in there. Looks like you're returning and you're in mortgage. Fantastic. Lena, if you get a second, let's see. Mike, if you get a second, Seth, Steve, if you can put a one or a two in the chat, one if you're new to Dubb, two if you're returning, and if you can put your industry in, that would be awesome too, if you don't mind doing that. If not, you can just hang in the training, and we'll get going in a little bit. But it's always helpful to know where people are at in the journey. So one if you're new, two if you're returning, and industry would be helpful as well. Mike, thanks, appreciate that. Looks like you're number two, which is great, and you're a financial advisor. Awesome. Um, Okay, so Dan, I know you're returning because I've seen you in here before. Fantastic. Lena, I don't know if I've seen you in here before. Lena, if you're new or returning, if you just let us know, and you can put a one or two in the chat, that would be awesome. Same thing for Seth and Steve, that would be helpful as well. Okay, so Dubb in general, there's a lot of different ways to record with Dubb. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through some basics, and I'm going to kind of focus on a couple things that are important. Typically with Dubb, the whole point of using the platform is to, break through the noise. People are used to seeing text-based messages. If people typically send videos, they're usually, like YouTube links or Vimeo links or some kind of link that doesn't really give any kind of preview of what's to come. Also, when you think about email, it's one of the most checked things in the world. And if you look at the subject line in all your different emails, does any of them ever say video in the subject line? It's very rare. It's a rarity. It's almost like seeing Bigfoot in there. It's so rare. So we always emphasize putting the word video in the subject line when you do send Dubb videos out. But it's all about the animated GIF, that first 3 seconds when you hit record on a Dubb video. What is someone seeing for that preview? We find that's really important. So I'm going to kind of focus on a couple different styles today. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll address them on the backside as we kind of make our way through. And these trainings are always uploaded to our Dubb support channel. So if you haven't checked that out, I think a lot of the returners here know about this, but if not, you can go to, I just dropped it in the chat, the link in there. The longer videos that you see, like the hour-long ones, those are the trainings that we do here, and then they're put on there later in the day. And then the editors will take shorter snippets of the trainings. And like if I was going over LinkedIn or maybe the mobile app, they would be their own kind of separate little videos in there as well. So there's a wealth of information on there on the YouTube support. Also within your Dubb dashboard, so when you are in your Dubb account, there's a number of places that you can get help if you do need it. Down over here to the bottom left, this little intercom system here, if you click this here, you can talk to an AI agent, you can talk to someone on the team, you can search in here with keywords for what you're looking for, and you'll typically get an article and a video as well. So that's right down over here. We also added Auto in here. This is like the AI guide within the platform. So you can ask Auto any questions down over here. They can be related to strategy, like, hey, what are the top 5 videos to make if I'm in insurance? They can be, how do I use the desktop app? You can ask them all kinds of different questions, and then you'll get the answers right here from within the dashboard. To close Auto, if it's already open, just tap the little face there, brings it back, tap it again to open, and that's how you would kind of navigate within there. In terms of the training, this here that you're in here right now, over here to the right under training, that's the first link right here. The second link is to the Dubb Academy library. So if you do have questions on some things, this is a nice orderly library from onboarding all the way to different kinds of things that you can use within the Dubb platform. They're all labeled, so this is a nice place to get learning, and it's right here inside the dashboard off to the right. Now, if you are part of our Pro Plus plan, we have Pro and Pro Plus. If you're part of Pro Plus, Ruben and Darius, the founders of Dubb, they do coaching twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. PST, and they typically cover their own curriculum. It's a little bit deeper of a dive, but they also have what's called an open mic. So it's a form you can fill out about your business in and out of the platform, and they can give you advice on that. It's very accountability based, and again, they meet twice a week. So if you are part of the Pro Plus plan, that's a big part of it. Also, if you don't know about being a partner with Dubb, we do a 30% recurring commission on anyone that subscribes to your referral link. So all you have to do is click apply now, creates this little link right in here, and then you get a 30% recurring commission on anyone that subscribes via that link. So it's a nice way to really make some extra income. And if you're on the pro plan with Dubb, you get 4 or 5 people at 30% recurring commission, you got a free account, and we end up paying you. So it's a pretty neat thing to do. In terms of recording the videos themselves, there's many different styles that you can record from. This one right here is a screen recorder. So let's just say you wanted to share a website like you see right here. This one in this case is a market update in real estate. But I could be reaching out on LinkedIn. I could be sharing anything browser based where I want to physically be on that screen and I want to walk someone through something. This is a really nice way to do it. It's the Dubb Chrome extension, and all you have to do is Google Dubb Chrome extension and you can download it, and then you just pin it up here at the top, right up here. So it's like a three-step process. And then once you have it up here, then you're able to use it, which I'll show you in a second. Another screen recording option is something like this, and this is the Dubb desktop app. The desktop app is different than the Chrome extension that you just saw because the Chrome is browser based. The desktop app is like a little drone that kind of flies over the top of everything. So you can use it on top of documents, videos, websites. You can crop. See how I'm cropped in closer on the site here? And we have all kinds of other cool options with it that I'll show you in a second. But both are screen recorders. Chrome extension browser based that you see right here, and then desktop pretty much drone based, flies over the top and can do a bunch of different stuff there. You also have a mobile app option. So if you have the Dubb mobile app on your phone, it has a lot of really cool features. That one of them here is picture in picture. So if I go to record something, I can use both cameras on my phone, record what's in front of me, and record myself on the screen at the same time. Obviously lends itself to property walkthroughs in real estate, but you can also use it for any way you want to originally show something. So if I was reaching out to a client, maybe I was on the company website on my computer, I could take the mobile app and kind of zoom in on my laptop or my desktop like this, and it's a different way to kind of visually present something. You could also do a walk and talk where you're giving a prospect a piece of advice. Maybe you're following up with a client. This is kind of a nice little format you have with the mobile app. You can also do virtual background on the mobile app as well. And then you have a very simple way to reach out, which is something like this, recorded directly from the webcam within the Dubb website. So all you do is get to the webcam, get again, the Dubb mobile app on your phone, has a little whiteboard feature where you can type a message and you have something right here that you're able to convey to the person or the group of people you're reaching out to. The cool thing about the whiteboard is you either can introduce yourself to someone or you can decide if it's one-to-one, what's that one phrase or question or statement I want to make that's going to stop them and make them want to click on this? And if it's to a group of people, what's that one phrase or question or statement that the entire group is going to be interested in? Like webinar coming up, update, rate change, something along those lines that's going to, make them want to click. And then you also have the ability to put a virtual background behind you from the same webcam. So someone's profile, like you see here, works really well. A screenshot of something, company website, article that you want to share. There's a whole bunch of things you can do to give context to the person you're sending this to, because we try to give, the sales time is such a short time frame. You only have like a short period of time to kind of convey something to someone. So you definitely want to leverage this 3-second animated GIF when you hit record, because it's the first 3 seconds. You want to leverage that so they have some kind of something before they want to click on it. And that's kind of the whole point of this. Now, these different styles that you use, regardless of what they are, like no matter what style you choose, you send someone a video, they're obviously going to want to click on it now because it's better than just a link. They actually see something. So when they click on this, they're going to be brought to a customized landing page that we call a preset. So when they land in this preset area here, it's going to have your logo to the top left. If you try to navigate away, it's this little exit intent pop-up that'll say, hey, wait a minute, come back to the page. It's going to have a little image behind the video player. It's going to have the video that you recorded right here to that person or that group that you're reaching out to. And then it's going to have playlist videos. They're going to play right after the video that you've recorded. The whole idea behind the playlist videos is not only to give someone more information, but it also enables you and kind of frees you up where you don't have to keep talking about yourself, your product, your services in the first video, because that's going to play right after it. So you can record one video one time that you put in the playlist, and now will always play right after, talking about your services, what you do, and it will run right into it seamlessly. Because you really want to focus on that first video on what's your hook, what's going to stop this person to want to watch it, what's the value that you're offering, is it the piece of advice or the information that you're conveying, or is it something they can download like a guide or something, and then you have a strong call to action at the end, click below to book a time, check out the next video about what we do. That way you can really focus on that first person or group. And that video you record one time about what you do, your pitch video, will always be there. And then down below here, you have your call to action buttons. What do you want someone to do when they're done consuming the content? Booking a time in a calendar link, that's probably, the most popular one. But you could have your website link where it could take someone somewhere. You could have a form they can fill out. You can have an email me back thing. You can download a document, a guide, a listing agreement. There's a lot of choices down here. If you have multiples, I would just go order of importance from left to right. That's, how you do that. Now, there's a button down here called Reply with Video. This is a really nice way to get video testimonials because see over here in the playlist how I have video testimonials? If you already have them, great, upload them into Dubb, add them to the playlist here. But if you don't have them, using the Reply with Video button is a great way to get it. Hey, this is Rob. Listen, thanks for using Dubb. Would love to get a video testimonial from you. It's not complicated. You don't have to download anything. Just click Reply with Video below and let me know, what have you enjoyed about the platform? So you could ask them questions within the video. You could tell them to freeform whatever you want to do. And then when they send the video back to you, inside the Dubb platform, you'll see a little notification that says you've got a video reply. And then just add it to your playlist right down here. And then that's a really winning combination we've seen right here like this. And then the last part of it is going to be your AI assistant, which is right over here to the right. You don't have to have it on the page. If you don't want the AI assistant on the page for one reason or another, you can just this little button inside of Dubb. But if you do want it on the page, we've gotten some good feedback over the last year and a half where if someone is thinking about taking that next step, but maybe they have questions before they take that action. So over here to the right, you can have up to 20 FAQs. You can ask the AI a specific question. And when the AI goes to give the answer back, it's going to give the answer, but then it's going to want to push for something, whatever your desired outcome is. So it gives the answer and says, hey, you're ready to book a time with Rob, or whatever your button would normally be for them to take that next step. Now, the training on this is website links. So we have a little training inside the platform. If you're going to add an AI assistant, all you have to do is provide it with individual website links. It will physically learn what's on those links in text form. And then you can upload a PDF as well. You could do one or the other or both. And then the AI will be properly trained on what you want it to know. So it really helps push everything forward here. Now, the whole idea behind these landing pages is to speak to a certain part of your audience. So if I was in real estate and I represented buyers and sellers, I would want a landing page for buyers, a landing page for sellers. If I was in insurance, I would want different landing pages for the different clients, mortgage, coaching, recruitment, anything you can think of where a specific segment of the audience is going to be spoken to by a specific layout of this page. And you can also have these AI assistants over here to the right be specifically trained on what your product or services are for that particular segment of your audience. So it's a really, really specific way to give someone a really unique experience and be able to not only learn, but take a bunch of action. And all of this is tracked. So if someone does click on a video and watch it, what's the watch percentage? Did they click on any buttons? Did they open the email? Did they view the page? All of this will give you the information you need to follow up in a really smart way. Because if someone watched half this video, I know what the video is. I could follow up and say, hey, thanks for watching. You missed this part right here or something, a little specific fact about something, that little factoid they might have missed. And that's a very specific follow-up. Instead of saying just following up to follow up, you're following up with something very specific. Now, to record something that looks like this website browser version, being a screen recorder on top of a website that you want to share, this is how you would do this. So a couple of things to think about. So let's just say I wanted to share this market update, and let's just say I wanted to reach out to Ruben here on LinkedIn. Both are going to be using the same tool, but a little different in both cases because if I'm on this web page here, you always want to check out the page. What does it look like? Is it angular? Is it circular? What's the feel of the page? And where should I put myself? So if I was going to do this one right here, I would open up the Chrome extension at the top and I would choose my tab. There it is. There's my little bubble. And because this is more of an angular site, I would change the shape of my bubble. I can go a bunch of different shapes here. I would go square right here. I can adjust my size. I don't want to cover everything, so I don't want to go too big. And I'm probably going to go right here, right in the middle, just like this. So I can do the whole point to the title, point up here like that. It's a nice setup. Now, if I was over here on LinkedIn, it would be a little different because Ruben's in a circle on LinkedIn, so I don't want to be in a square. I want to match the feel. I'm going to go circle, and I'm going to put myself right next to him, just like this. Now, when you record these videos in general, you want to think about what am I showing? What am I talking about? So the annotation tool is really nice to use to point things out that I'll show you in a second. And you also have the ability to decide if you want to use a teleprompter because sometimes it's nice to have the words and script right in front of you. Every recording device on Dubb has a teleprompter option. This is the speed that you have right here. You can hit the play button, see if you like that speed. You can always back the text off or zoom it in. And with this particular teleprompter, you can grab the sides, make it a little thinner, and you can physically move it wherever you want to move it to. The thinner it is, a little bit better because your eyeballs aren't going back and forth as much. It's kind of a thinner column that you're reading from. And to use the teleprompter, this is just a little tip here, because the Chrome extension is a browser-based screen recorder. If I go full screen on my browser, it's going to hide the teleprompter tab. I physically won't be able to get to it to tap on it. So I want to leave a little bit of space. So when I hit record here, I tap this thing, it brings it forward, and I'm able to use it as I'm kind of walking through something. So it's an option that you have there. Now, when I hit record here, here's what this thing would look like. I'm going to have it on my tab option, which I think is one of the best ones because tab is a nice clean cut of this page. You won't see any of the tabs at the top. I could go webcam and open like this on camera, but what will be the point of showing something if I'm going to do that? I also can go screen, which is get my entire screen, but I think the desktop is better for that. So I'm going to go tab on this one, and I'm going to click record. It's going to show my tab. Here it is right here. And all I have to do is click share. I get my 3, 2, 1 countdown. And here we go. And I'm recording. Hey, Ruben, what's going on? And then I'm going to jump to full screen and make a point about something. And I'm going to jump back to my page. So I did my wave and my point. That's my first 3 seconds. That's my animated GIF. Ruben sees his page, everything. Jump into full screen is a nice way to break the visuals to make a point about something and then come right back to the page. You can do it by either hovering over with your mouse and double clicking on the webcam and then double clicking the screen to go back. Or you can click on the little button at the bottom that says expand webcam, click that there, click it again to go back. But either way, jumping to full screen is really, I think, pretty visually impactful when you really want to connect with someone and make a point on something. You also can keep recording and scrolling around. You can keep going. If you're a little more regimented, hit the pause button right down here at the bottom. Stop the recording. Say, okay, where am I going to go next? What am I going to say? Gather your thoughts, and then click resume. Using the annotations is a great way to do this as well. You can use arrows. You can put some text on screen if you kind of really want to emphasize a point on something. You can put things in numerical order of importance. You can draw on the screen. You can underline. And all of these annotations that you're going to use are going to stay where they're supposed to stay. So if I go down the page, they're not going to follow me down, which is really, really nice. And then to save this video into the Dubb platform, all you have to do is hit the check mark right down here. And when it does that, it's going to save it into the platform. And it's going to take us to a video edit page inside of the Dubb platform that we're going to come back to in a little bit, that you can do some customizing and some other neat stuff. But in terms of screen recording, the Chrome extension screen recorder is a really nice way to be on top of websites, pages, walking someone through stuff. It's a really nice way to communicate on top of the browser. Now, when we think about that, what we did, remember, we're right on the page. We just did this right in the browser. But what if we used the Dubb desktop app? So you notice here, I'm much more specific. So what does the desktop app do in comparison? So let's just say I was over here on a market update, right? And I'm like, okay, I could use the Chrome extension, right? I could just do what I just did where I could go like this. I could put myself right next to the title, right? I could change my shape to a square. And everything we just talked about. Perfect. That's awesome. That's great. That's leagues ahead above what anyone else is doing that doesn't even send video. It's fantastic. It's very clear. The title of it, great. But if you want to get a little more specific, what you could do is you could get the Dubb desktop app. So you just Google Dubb desktop app. And when you open up the desktop app, it's going to give you the ability to do some really cool things. So if I scroll down here in this article and I say, okay, what's the kind of main theme of what I really want to talk about? And let's just say, as an example, let's just say it's the persistent problem. This right here, right? Let's just say I want to emphasize that. What I would do is I would take the Dubb desktop app, go up here, click View Quick Menu. So when you download it, you see the D at the top or the D on the bottom, whether you're on Mac or PC. And then you'll get this little menu here. And when I click Record Screen, I'm going to show you some differences with Chrome and desktop that we just looked at. So first of all, the bubble does all the same stuff you just saw with the Chrome. You also have the annotation tool right here as well. So you have that. You can use this as well at the same time. You also have a teleprompter with this one. Now, the teleprompter with this one's pretty cool. So you actually have a voice recognition option. So I can do auto track that it says up there. So if I was to hit record, it would just go at my pace. up, down, however I want to go. It's a nice option to have. I can either now, if I don't want to use auto track, I like the scroll option. Just click the button and it goes right back to scroll that you just saw with the Chrome. So either one that you want to choose, you have the ability to do that. So it's nice to have those options. Now, let's think about the 3-second animated GIF, right, that we talked about, that first 3 seconds. So with the desktop app, I can get very specific. So what I can do is I can click right up here, click this button here. If I was going to hit record right now and it had this little red slash through the square, it get the whole computer screen. If I get rid of this red slash, now you're going to notice a drop down here for border choices of what I'm recording. I could do 16 by 9 for YouTube. I could go 9 by 16 for social media, just, move this around to whatever part of the site I want to be on top of. But I think one of the best things that you can do is go custom and then crop around a very specific thing that you want to make a focus on. So if I was right here, I would go crop like this. I'm going to move in like this. I'm going to put myself right here. And now I'm in a really cool spot to do one of these, like the persistent problem. So what I want to hit record here could be something like this. Hey, this is Rob. Listen, I want to talk to you about the persistent problem that we have right here. And it's something that we've noticed for a long time, and it's the persistent housing supply problem. Now, if we look at this right here, this 2.4 month supply right here, that's pretty big. Well, let me explain to you why this is really important. Now, if we start scrolling down here to check this out, blah, 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 see how it was much more specific? So when I hit the check mark up here at the top and I save this, the desktop app is a clip recorder. So here's the clip that I just recorded, and then you can play it back. Hey, this is Rob. Listen, I want to talk to you about the persistent problem that we. So it takes it a little bit deeper. Instead of just seeing the title that is the housing market update, you're jumping right into like what the main point is going to be of the whole thing. Now, the neat thing about using this desktop app is that it's a clip recorder. So this first clip is all about the housing persistent problem, right? Well, what if I want to go back and talk about the next thing? What I can do is I can hit the little button down here to the bottom. It's called record screen. I can go right back to where I was. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this right now, the median prices. So I'm going to hit record here. And this is going to be my second clip. I'm going to go like this. Now I want to talk a little bit about the median prices here. And this is really important because if we look at these numbers right in here, this number here, this is super eye-opening. Why? Because when you look at these numbers, blah, 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 I start talking about it, hit the check mark. And now you've got a second clip about a very specific topic. So what you're doing with the desktop app is you're putting a story together, and then you're going to merge all the clips together at the end. So say I just talked about the median price, all the other details, then I can click a webcam option down at the bottom left. And I could say something like this. So as you can see with what we just talked about, this is really important. And these are important factors when you're trying to decide on the right decision. So let's move on to the next topic. So it's like taking a little break with a different style, and now you're talking about something else before you jump back into the next topic. And you can physically move these clips around in any order that you want with the desktop app. It's pretty amazing. And then you can also download or delete each individual clip. If I didn't like this clip I just did, I can get rid of it, but I'm not losing the other clips that I recorded. Now, the desktop app also gives you the ability to play a pre-recorded video on top of anything you want. So if I ever pre-recorded something, let's say I pre-recorded something about the market, and I already had it recorded, but I'm like, oh, this would be a cool place to put this in here. I can click narrator video here. It'll take me into my video library. And then I just go in here, put narrator in because I'm all tagged on a narrator. And let's just say I want to grab one of these videos that I've already recorded, and it's talking about something very specific that I think would be neat for something like this. What I can do is I can grab that video. Let's just say it's just this one right here. And now I can put it on the screen here, change the shape, size, whatever I want, all the stuff I was just doing. And now I have a pre-recorded video. I hit record, and the pre-recorded version of me is going to do the talking.
Hi, it's Rob from Dubb, the video and AI sales platform.
I can pause and resume, click the check mark, and now my pre-recorded video is on top of something right there. So you have a lot of really cool creative options with the desktop app. Now at the end, we're going to combine all these into one video. So I'm going to click the edit button all the way to the right. It's going to merge everything together. And now we've got one video that we've created. And right here inside the desktop app, you can play the video. Hey, this is Rob. Listen, You also can drag your timeline to anywhere you want to cut something out. So you have an editor right here in the desktop app before you even save it into the platform. So if I go here, let's just say this is my cut point, scissors, I split it, drag it again, scissors. And now I got three pieces that I can get rid of. Which one do I want to get rid of? It's this one. Click on it, delete, gone. And if I want to bring it back, just click the undo button. Undo, undo, undo. I'm right back to the beginning. You also can get rid of some silences if you want to with this little smart cut button right here. So all the pink areas are silences, and you can get rid of those to have like a tighter cut if that's the style that you want. And then you can download this to your computer, the MP4. So every Dubb video has an MP4 version you can download. I can download the MP4 here, and I can upload it directly into the Dubb platform by clicking upload. But the whole point of seeing these two screen recorders with the Chrome extension and the desktop app that you just saw, Chrome extension is really nice for seeing that whole browser page. This is a market update or whatever industry you're in, reaching out on LinkedIn, great. But with the desktop app, you can really zoom in and focus on something very specific that can be the animated GIF instead. So you can play with both styles. One is a nice clear, hey, this is a market up. The other one's a little almost like you're taking a little jump in the movie trailer a little bit and be like, oh, that's interesting. That's kind of where we're going to be talking about a little bit here. And that's a nice way to do that. Because if I was on LinkedIn and I was using the desktop app, similarly, I could open the desktop app and do something like this with Ruben. I could maybe focus on the point that he's an author. So I could jump in here. I could crop around just the part I want to crop around. I'm going to keep him in frame here. I'm going to come up a little bit like this. I'm going to put myself right here and maybe a little bit bigger. Go here, hit record. And now it's obviously going to be about the book because I'm going to be pointing right at it. Hey, Ruben, I saw you're an author. Man, that's really great. Listen, I have some experience with publishing. I want to talk to you about blah, 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 blah. And then when you see what this looks like, you see me pointing right at the book. So you have the ability to go to a deeper dive when you use the desktop app in terms of the nuance and cropping and all of that. So it's really a choice of do I want the cropping, the closer, right? Or do I want something that's a little more basic and say, hey, this is a market update. Let me jump into this. Both are really great, whatever you decide to do. Now, if you're just reaching out in terms of, hey, I want to introduce myself, something like this, or I want to follow up, or I want something, a statement on this little whiteboard here, or I want a virtual background behind me when I'm reaching out, these are also great ways to do it as well. And if you're going to record something that looks like that, just go to your dashboard, go to the red camera icon at the top, click it, and this is going to open up your webcam right here. So if I wanted to do the whiteboard where I'm typing on there, just go get the Dubb mobile app on your phone. There it is. Click the little whiteboard button right here, and then decide what you're going to type. Is it someone's name? Is it a question? Is it a statement? What is it that's going to stop that person or that group and want to read it? Type it, turn it, and then record, just like this. And you have a teleprompter option here as well. So if you want to use a teleprompter, click right up here, go right to scripting to create a script or copy and paste, find a script that you've already written, pull it up. This one's a little bit different than the other ones you just saw. There's no voice recognition on this one, but it's got the scroll speed right here. You can hit the play button here, see if you like the speed. Same thing, back to text off, zoom it in. You also have a little framing option down over here at the bottom. So you can frame yourself in a little closer, or you can back yourself up. When I hit record, I'll get a countdown, and this is what this video would kind of look like. Hey, John, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button, stop the recording, take a break, click it again, and you can keep going. If you do decide to delete, it's always going to ask you, are you sure? And if you decide to save it into the platform, it is the blue check mark, and that will save it into Dubb, just like we did with the other recording options. Now, if you want to close the teleprompter, tap this, and it's closed. If you want the virtual background that you saw, go below, click virtual background. We have a bunch of, stock ones you can use, but I think the best idea is to go to your photos and upload any screenshots that you have. Creates a little library for you because at the end of the day, it's either going to be someone's profile, a screenshot of something they should see informational wise, maybe a document, it could be an article that you're sharing, it could be a company website, it could be anything where you really want to focus on what, again, giving them a hint to what this video is going to be about. So this is a really nice thing. And you could even combine both if you wanted to. I technically could write something on the whiteboard and have the virtual background behind me as well. Like I could have a property behind me in real estate and have the property address right here. So there's a lot of little creative things that you can do to really stand out in a very basic way, right from your webcam, right from a screen recorder that we just saw. And those are things that have worked for people over the years, these different use cases of styles. Now, when you save a video into the Dubb platform, you recorded something, you saved it in here. So if I grab the video here, let's just grab this one. what are my options in here when I'm taken to the video edit page? So I can change the title up here at the top. I can preview this in another window. Like, hey, what does this video look like on that preset landing page? Okay, great. I can see it right here. Perfect. So I can see what the preview looks like. And then also there's a little drop down right here where I can change it to a different landing page. So if I want to change it to something else, I can just select down here another preset landing page and it'll change everything about what we just saw, the buttons, the videos, everything. So you have that as an option. And that's something we help you with on a setup. When you're on a paid plan with Dubb, we meet you in optimization setup. The team helps you set up the buttons and the pages and all that good stuff. You also can upload this directly to YouTube from here if you'd like to. You also have a QR code. So every video in Dubb has a QR code. You're doing a property, you're doing like an open house, have a QR code on a placard right there with a nice video saying thanks for coming. If you're any industry that you're in, insurance, mortgage, if you're at a live event, have it on your phone. Meet someone. Hey, it was great meeting you. Have it, set up on a table if you have a table set up there. You can put it on physical advertising or mailing if you have it. Hey, thanks for taking me out of the mail stack. Things like that. Some fun things you can do with the QR codes. And then you also have analytics here. So every video that you save in here, you're going to have activity. It says no activity because we haven't sent it anywhere. But you can really drill down on are they clicking on the buttons? Are they opening the emails? Are they watching the videos? And if they are, what's the watch percentage? Again, it really shapes your follow-up. You also have an AI coach here called Kyra. So it's going to give you feedback on these videos. It's going to give you delivery analysis feedback, like, am I being repetitive? And being repetitive in sales can happen because you're trying to make points about something, so that can happen. Filler words, I use the word so a lot. That's what I learned. I always kind of knew that, but I do that. Persuasiveness, positivity, how's your cadence? If you're on a team in sales and you're doing really well and you're on a team, maybe it has something to do with your cadence or your delivery, where other team members can learn from your delivery if it's something that's working really well within your industry for that product or service. With the analysis that you get here from the AI, it just takes, what was it, less than a minute. And then you're going to get feedback on content right here. And you're also going to get feedback on your visuals right here and that delivery analysis breakdown right here. And that's all within under a minute, non-biased, give you feedback right away. It's a nice tool to have. You also have details. So this video here has details to it. What are the call to action buttons? Because remember on the page, there are buttons here below the video. These are your call to action buttons. Which ones are those? Which are listed here? Those. What one is my sales assistant? And it'll tell you which one that one is, and that's over here to the right. Which are my playlist videos? What are the ones that are here? And those are the playlist videos right off here to the right. And when you're on this video edit page, if I send a video to someone, I'm like, I really wanted to change one of these buttons, or I didn't want one of these videos in here. I can delete or add buttons, assistants, or videos, and it will retroactively change itself on the other side for the person that received it. You also have an editing tab, and it's just like the video editor that we looked at with the desktop app. You're able to cut things out and trim. We have a design tab where you can upload your own thumbnail if you don't want to use the first 3 seconds. And you also can drag your timeline if you feel there's more of an interesting visual in the video that you've created that you feel would be better for the first 3 seconds. But for efficiency purposes, it's nice to know first 3 seconds, be ready when you hit record. Now, when you record something, you customize it, you have it on the page. To send it, you would open up an email, you'd open up a compose. You always want the word video in the subject line. It's one of the most important things you can do in terms of standing out in the inbox. You also want to have a really good subject line. If you put into ChatGPT, hey, give me 20 different subject lines for, and then explain why you're reaching out, if it's a follow-up, introduction, whatever it is, and Chat's pretty good at giving you these suggestions back. Is there humor in it? What, just get descriptive in terms of the prompting of what you want, and then have that there, and then have a little bit of text in here in terms of why they should watch the video. And to add a video into an email, you can do it in two ways. There's a little shortcut version down here at the bottom, the little Dubb buttons right here in Gmail. In Outlook 365, it's off to the right. The reason this button exists is because of the Dubb Chrome extension that we looked at earlier, the screen recorder. When it's pinned up here and logged in, this button will show up. When you record this, when you click on this button, if you click camera, I could record a video right now and drop it right into the email, right from here. So when I was holding the phone before, I could do that all right here and just drop it right in. I also could record the screen, but for doing an email right here, I'm not going to do that because why do I want to show my email on that? So camera would really be the option right here if you want to just drop something in super quick. To add a video in here from your video library, you would just scroll down here to the bottom right. See me scrolling through the videos. I find the one that I want. Let's just say it's this one right here. I would click advanced options, put the email in for tracking, the person I'm sending it to, add a little personalization text if I want to, click insert video, and it pops it right in just like that. If you don't want to use the shortcut, you can always be inside of Dubb, click into your video library, find the video you want. Let's just say it's this one. And you always have a big blue share and send button right over here to the right. So when you click this here, again, you put the email of the person you're sending it to for the tracking. You can add a little personalization text, click copy for email, and it's just a copy and paste. And you just drop it in, just like that. Now, if you are sharing on LinkedIn, just make sure you're connected with someone first. If you try to send a Dubb video with a connection request, it'll only show up as a link. You won't get that nice, pretty animated GIF. So connect with them first. Most people connect. And once you do, click message, and then you can use that same shortcut right over here. See how the Dubb symbol's right down here at the bottom? Same idea. Click this here. It's going to open up your library, find your video. There it is. Click insert. And then you can always highlight this and change this to something else. If you want to, whatever you want to type more specifically, click send, and then it's going to pop it in just like this. And that's what you want someone to see in terms of the visuals. Now, if you do have, let's say, a HubSpot or a Salesforce or a Go High Level or a follow-up boss, if you have a CRM that you really love or a third-party center like a Mailchimp or Constant Contact, we have integrations with a lot of these companies. If you do have workflows that you really like and you just want to add video, it gives you the ability to do that. If you want to use Dubb as a CRM, you absolutely can do it as a CRM. You can upload your contacts, do tasks, deals, tags, CRM, campaigns. You can do all kinds of stuff. If you want to do automation, again, that's part of our Pro Plus plan that I mentioned in the beginning that Darius teaches. If you want automated workflows, you would have the Pro Plus to do that. Also within the dashboard here, we have our AI writing assistant, AIRA. So similar to ChatGPT, we have a little function over here called our profile function. And this is just like the landing pages, how we talked about whatever industry you're in, you want pages that speak directly to that audience. You can do the same thing with the profile feature. If I was in recruitment, worked with employers and candidates, I'm going to set up a profile for employers and a profile for candidates. So when I'm creating this, I'm just basically answering the questions that the AI has within the profile section. And then I choose, preferred tone of communication because it's probably different for candidates and employers. And then I can even apply a method called the have method, which is a writing structure. So it will always open with a hook. It will address their needs, provide value, and extend a compelling call to action. You don't have to have this, but it's nice because it opens with a hook, which we talk about all the time. So you choose your audience. Okay, who am I going to be working with right now that I'm working on something for, whether it's email copy, script, whatever it is, social post. Who's the audience? Click on what you need. Then go to the prompts. We're all used to doing prompts now. And I'll say on why video is the best for closing sales. Choose your length, hit submit. And now AIRA is going to kick something back to me with the copy. And from here, I can have it read back in a voice, an AI voice, just to hear it. I can copy it to a clipboard. I can import it directly into scripts and record something. We can import it to a voice video. So if I didn't want to be on camera, I didn't want to use my voice, but I want to send something a little more impactful than just like a text-based message, upload a photo over here to the right, an image, choose an AI voice down here at the bottom. And when you send this one out, it would be the image, the animated GIF would be the image and a little waveform kind of motion that would go across the bottom of the screen. You also can import this script directly to an avatar library if you didn't want to be on there at all. We have a whole library of avatars that you can choose from. If you want to create your own avatar, go to the top, click create, put some good details in there, choose an AI voice. You then can download the avatar, use it in email campaigns, or you can have the avatar walk through a screen recording. Maybe it's a educational, administrative, walking someone through maybe a listing agreement, where to sign, all that kind of stuff. So you have to decide what level of involvement and what they be teaching in terms of what you're trying to do. Now, the last thing is when you're on the move and you're outside, maybe you're out of the office, you're kind of out and about, even if you are sitting at the office, the mobile app is a really nice way to switch up your recording style. If you haven't used the mobile app yet, obviously in real estate, it lends itself to property walkthroughs, obviously, but any industry where you want to set your camera up on your desk like this or like this, the cameras are fantastic, and you have a lot of different functionality on the mobile app that's pretty neat. So if I was going to record a video, what would that look like? Here's the mobile app right here, home area. By the way, we can share on the mobile app. See my video library right in here. They're all right here. I can choose my video, boom. I can click the share button, copy for SMS, copy for email. I can share to social at the top. I can also download the video to my phone. A lot of options right here. We also have the AI writer on here as well. So what I just showed you in the dashboard, you have it available right here on the mobile app as well. And to record, all you do is click the blue camera icon at the bottom. That's going to open up your camera. And when you first open up the mobile app, it's going to have it timed on 1 minute down here at the bottom. If you want to get rid of that, change it to some specific times. I always go to 10 minutes because you can't go beyond that. Click the little button, hit record, and now you are recording. Timer here, timer at the bottom. There's a clip. So remember like we did with the desktop app, how it was clip recording? Same thing with the mobile. Now, this clip has been automatically saved to my phone, so I have it in my photo video area on my phone if I do need it. I also can tap a clip individually, and I can delete, trim, or edit each clip. And when I click edit,
Hit record.
I can add music. We have a whole library of royalty-free music. I can do text on the screen. I can do a voiceover. I can speed up the action. All the stuff you can do right within each clip right here. Now I'm going to hit record one more time so we have multiple clips because when you have multiple clips, you can change the order, just like we did with the desktop app. Take your finger, slide it one way, and then it will change the order from first to last. Well, it's not doing it here. Let me hold on. There we go. You can change the order there. To record some stuff, you have an option of flipping your camera around on the top right. You have countdown timers that you can use, 3 or 10. I always choose 3 because it feels like just the right amount of time before you're ready to hit the record button. You also have a teleprompter like you did everywhere else. So right over here, click in here to find your script like we did before. Let's just say that's this one here. See these little X's that I put right here? The reason those are there is because if there were no X's and I was recording portrait style, the camera's right up here at the top, no problem. So when I'm recording, my eyes are going to stay right up here at the top. But if I'm going to do this script in landscape for like YouTube and I turn it like this, the reason I have those X's there is because now the camera is at the midpoint right here. It's not at the top. So if I want my eye line to look at looking at the camera or close to it, I want to put a couple X's so the script starts right here instead. So I'm looking when it starts right here. So that's just a little tip if you go landscape. And then you also have the option here to edit a script on the fly. You hit the pencil icon, you can change it if you want to, if something doesn't sound right. You can adjust your speed, like we talked about before. You also can move your guardrails up. So if your eyes are dropping down and you're looking at this down here, just slide it up and you don't have a choice but to wait at the top. And if you want to use voice recognition, like we saw on the desktop app, click here, click auto track, and now it's voice recognition. So as you read it, it will go at your own pace, just like we saw with the desktop app. Now, if you recorded a video outside of the app, let's say you recorded something not on the mobile app, but you want to take that video clip and you want to add it to the story here, go to the folder icon here. It'll take you to the photo video area, find that video that you want, click add clips, it will drop it right down in here. If you physically want to record your screen, here. If you want to use filters, right over here to the right, you can do black and white, different color gradations, anything you need in here. Picture in picture that we looked at in the beginning. To be able to use both cameras on your phone, hit record. Again, perfect for property walkthroughs, but for anything you basically want to do. I could zoom into my computer, show something, back up, go for a walk, zoom in. There's all kinds of neat options you can do to visually start telling a story. Last one right over here to the bottom is virtual background behind you. So like we did with the webcam, you can screenshot on your phone people's profiles, properties, articles, websites. Go here, and then all you have to do is go to the photo video area on your phone, select the photo that you got, that you took, put it behind you, and just do it like this. And then when you're ready to combine all of these clips into one video, like we did with the desktop app, click the blue button to the top right. That's going to merge them all together. And once they are merged,
One
then
more
you
time so
can
we have
you have a
multiple clips
finished
because
copy. You have a finished copy on your phone that's been automatically downloaded, and you can upload it right into the Dubb platform. So at the end of the day, it's really about what's my use case, what's the style of video that gets me there the quickest, and that makes the most impact. And that's really what this is all about at the end of the day. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for questions in here, Ina? Do we have, let's see, Mike. Let's see, Mike. Is Mike still here? Mike. Mike, you said people rarely, if ever, click on my videos. Talk to me, Mike. What's going on? If you want to unmute yourself, let's find out. Let's get some suggestions here. What's up, Mike?
Hey, I'm good. I'm driving, just so you know.
Oh, geez. Well, don't, if you can't talk and drive at the same time, we want you to be safe, my friend. You can always email us.
No, I have a few more minutes. Yeah, I sent out. I've been on the Dubb platform for the last 2 years, I believe,
Okay.
and I don't use the features as it should be. But when I did send out a video,
Hmm.
the few times that I did,
Yeah.
I hardly got any clicks through. Perhaps because I'm not utilizing the 3 second video properly.
Yeah, it might be a couple things. What's your email, Mike? Do you have Gmail or Outlook or what do you have?
Outlook.
Outlook, okay. Couple things. There's a video, you know the one that I'm talking about. You know that one that Darius did about the DMK, whatever it's called, email deliverability, you know?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, can we just grab, I'm trying to find that on the YouTube support. If you could just maybe find that and just drop it in the chat.
Okay.
It's a really good video. This video that Ina's going to drop in the chat, it's really about deliverability in the current world with email, best way to get it delivered, just some specific things that you can check. So Darius did a really good video on this. So if you click in there and get that link, it's a really good video. The other thing is the animated GIF is a big part of it because the animated GIF and the subject line should be kind of aligned, because we talk about opening with a hook all the time. So if you were doing a webcam one and you're holding up the mobile app with that question or statement, whatever that is, that should kind of mirror in the subject line to get them to open it. Um, Great strategy is again putting into chat. Give me 10, 20 different subject line variations of, and this is my goal, and kind of explain it. So that you could add those things. What's your industry, Mike?
my financial advisor.
Financial advisor. Who are your folks you're reaching out to?
Um, Professionals, business owners,
Do you do LinkedIn or do you get email lists or how do you reach out?
LinkedIn.
Oh, LinkedIn. Okay. So did you see when I was going over the LinkedIn part with the Chrome extension, the bubble? Did you see that? If
Uh,
not, this is
I heard it.
yeah, it's basically where you use a screen recorder, and we have trainings on this. You use a screen recorder, you connect with them on LinkedIn, send a little connector message, most people connect, and then you send them something that looks like this, where you're the bubble on the screen on their profile. Now, you
Okay.
could go a little deeper and again, you can watch this training later when it's on YouTube, so you can see what I was talking about. But you can go a little deeper where you can use the Dubb desktop app and you can crop even closer. So if you look at this example, I'm talking about his book specifically. I'm using the whiteboard function to say, hey, about your book. So these people that you're reaching out to, whatever your hook is for them, I would incorporate it somehow with the visual. So it gives them an idea of want to click because people are going to want to click if they don't have some kind of idea or kind of, hook that you're kind of offering. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Does that make
makes
sense?
sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and if you want to, Mike, we have and people do this, and we love to get feedback on this. Feedback at Dubb. I just dropped it into the chat. That's our email. Feedback at Dubb. So if you want to try something with the animated GIF, like say, hey, listen, this was the idea of the hook that I had, send it over to us, and we can give you feedback.
I got a question on sending animated GIFs by text message.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Does it work?
Only if you're a contact. So it would have to be, the thing is, when it comes to the animated GIF, if you and I were complete strangers and you've never texted me before, it's only going to show up as the link. There is a little bit of a workaround that you can do, and I'll show you what this looks like. Like if you were going to text me and our phones are complete strangers, what you could do is, let's just say I want to send this video right here. I'll click share, copy for SMS, a little plain icon at the top. You'll send it to me, right? But it'll only show as a link. Now, if I respond back, it'll show up the animated GIF. But what you could do is send the link and then click the little three dot menu, click download GIF. It's the one, two, three, fourth one down on the screen. Download GIF, and then you just text that as well so they can see that visual. The GIF won't take them anywhere, but you'll be able to do that visual. If they are contacts that you have and you have contacted them before, or there's some kind of connection, then they'll see the animated GIF.
Okay.
Yep. Well, hope that helps, Mike. Let us know.
I think it will.
Yeah, perfect. Well, yeah, like I
Well,
said,
thanks for doing this.
yeah, of course, of course. We want people to be clicking and opening and watching. So that's what we want. Let's see. I saw Scott had a question. Scott, is Scott still here? Let's see. I don't see Scott. Maybe Scott left. Did you see Scott's question in there? How do I turn see
Yeah, I
individual?
saw his question. I'll just reach out to him after this meeting. As for Mike, I sent the link to the chat what Rob was referring to in the for Darius's training, and I'll email it to you so you'd be safe since you're driving. So we're good.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks. I'm just about to head out too. So thanks for this.
of
I
course,
look
Mike.
forward to the email.
Sweet.
Mm-mm.
Hey, we
Yes.
look forward to the video, Mike. Let's
Okay.
see. Kurt, I think Kurt had to leave. I saw the question he had in there, Ina. Where do I get for settings help? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I saw that. I'll reach out to him too.
Okay, error message there. Let's see, is Steve still here? Steve, let me pop over to you, Steve. On LinkedIn, if you run a search and, for example, find 50 targeted prospects, can you make one video and forward to all of them at once? Steve, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, you can use have you used Dubb Narrator before?
No.
The desktop app. It's in the training here today. It's playing a pre-recorded video. So you could record, like if you had those 50 targeted prospects, you could record a video, right? Speaking to them where they all feel like you're talking right to them without saying their name. And then you could take that in a bubble with the desktop app and put it on top of all the different profiles if you wanted to do that style. If you wanted to not be on top of all their profiles and you're talking about just like a bulk send to everybody, as far as delivery, you can do that. You lose a little bit of the fact that you'd be on their profiles and stuff though, you know what I mean?
Okay. That's
Yep.
all I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, of course. And then let's see, Mark, is Mark still here? Mark. Yeah, hey Mark. When doing cold outreach, do you have trainings on how to set up a video landing page with a playlist and appointment booking CTA? Yeah, Mark, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. So we do. So anytime that you set this up, and did you just get on a paid plan, Mark? Are you on? Did you get your optimization set
Oh,
up?
I've been with you for years.
Did you ever get your setup on the account? Because if you never did, meet our team to help you do that. But let
You
me
know
show
what?
you this.
Way back, way back. I've missed a number of updates, and
Okay.
now I find myself in a position where I'm in the automotive training space, and
Yeah.
AI is kind of moving its way into my territory. So I'm trying to get ahead of it,
Yeah.
and I've partnered with a company that does amazing AI role plays and AI training.
Yeah.
And for the first time in a long time, I'm kind of dabbling in cold B2B outreach. I've never had to.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of leaning on the necessity of a tool
Hmm.
that would allow me to get a quick video
Hmm.
that would kind of open up the door for them to click on a short playlist of video. In other words, the product itself would take me about 15 minutes to explain. That's
Right.
way
Right.
too much time
Right.
for a dealer to take a look at.
Yeah.
However, I could hit his pain points in that intro video,
Hmm.
and then on the landing page have a number of playlists, or pain point related um, short videos that
Yeah.
kind of sparked interest.
That's exactly what you want to do. You just got to figure out the style. The product that you have, do you have it in front of you, like a warehouse, whatever? Is it just like an online thing or what?
It's online. It's
Okay.
the tool. Yeah, it's a tool. It's a tool. It's called Corporate Trainer,
Okay.
and it allows the salespeople to be trained. Salespeople, general managers, service people, and it's such an intense product that, again, to be able to explain it, it would take about 15 minutes. Way too much time on a
Yeah.
video.
You
You
gotta
know.
like either do a style where you're doing something like this, where you're explaining something, where it's a whiteboard talking about that pain point. What is that thing that person's gonna want to click on? What is it? Or you could do a screen video where you're on their like dealership, whatever site they're on for them, and kind of be.
Well, that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm. So what I want to do is I'm going to have a screen share of their website,
Yep.
and I'm going to mystery shop their store
Oh,
to
nice.
show them how they're underperforming. I'll
Nice.
have that audio along with the AI scorecard for that call.
Hmm.
That's like a
Nice.
real big impact piece.
Yep.
And then show them in these other playlists or these other videos how their people can quickly provide for their staff on demand training. through the
Perfect.
tool.
That's all really visual. You could do the shopper thing and you could have some fun with that actually. That's pretty cool creatively. You could
But I need to figure out how to set up that landing page and
right.
get my booking links in there and how to set up the playlist and
So for
yeah.
this right here, just check this recording out later on YouTube support, but I'll show you really quick on here. Just go to
Uh-huh.
assets, right? Assets.
Right.
Go to calls to action first. This is the little tutorial right here, how to do it. So this is how to set up the
Okay, cool.
buttons. Okay. So how to set up the calendars, all that kind of stuff. It'll teach you how to do that. And then presets, this is the landing pages. So this will teach you how to do that. So create the buttons
Okay,
first, then the presets, and then you set it up and you're good to go. And that'll walk you through it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I
Cool.
appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for explaining everything, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yep, you got it.
Um, all right, everyone. We're getting close to the top of the hour. We're going to bounce out because we're 4 minutes to another meeting. Everybody, thank you so much for coming today. Ina, thanks for your help as always. Everybody, this recording will be up on YouTube later in the day, and we will see you all tomorrow if you come back. Bye, everybody. Take care. Have a great rest of the day. No losers. Okay, bye.